So passage one. The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao.
Yep.
The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The nameless is the beginning of heaven and earth. The named is the mother of 10,000 things. Ever desireless, one can see the mystery. Ever desiring, one can see the manifestation. These two spring from the same source, but differ in name. This appears as darkness, darkness within darkness, the gate to all mystery.
Is that it? Yeah, yeah, we could chew on that. We could do a whole episode just on that one sentence alone. Um, I mean, once even hearing it, I immediately go back to the Bible. What did it say? Uh, what you just said. It said the. Can you read it again?
The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name.
So first off, just in that and alone, it's already creating a separation between the transient and the eternal. So this is true no matter what religion you find. This is what drives me nuts about the materialists again. It's like they do not take religion seriously. They just think it's all stupid nonsense, which is just frustrating beyond belief. But when you look at any religion, whether it's Buddhism, Taoism, Christianity, I don't know, I haven't studied Islam, but I'm sure it's probably there too. There's a separation between the eternal, the eternal transcendental, and the temporal transient, heaven and earth, heaven and earth. They all start off like that. So this nature of reality fundamentally goes off of that which is transcendent, that which is eternal, that which is unchanging, that which everything else arises from, that which is not beholden to the law of impermanence as in Buddhism, and then those things that are made up of temporal things that come into existence, that arise and die, that form and then go away, and that's just like an axiom. And no matter what religion you start from, these are the fundamental things that they're asking, and it's just simply the separation between heaven and earth.
Don't forget Plato also.
Yeah, it's like, to me at this point, we should all just be treating this as an objective fact and not arguing with each other. And the thing that I've been thinking about this entire time we was having this conversation is in the conversation with Terrence Deacon, you said his name is, right? um
Yeah.
he talks about, like, again, he talks about us as these beings who have adapted to the symbolic environment. And so, and he posed that, like, he compared that to beavers becoming aquatic mammals by living in a aquatic environment. And so when you oppose the symbolic environment, you are opposing a space, and a space of reality. Terrence Deacon is not saying something incoherent. He's saying there exists an objectively real space called the space of symbolism. And as beings, our neurology has formed to adapt to that space, and that is the physical. So our neurology is the physical portion, and then within that, there's some sort of symbolic environment that we can't see. We can't hold it in our hand. It's something that is something like beyond the physical, but it is an environment that exists, and we adapt to it. And so when you're looking at something like Christianity, and I'm reading the text and I'm coming into relationship with it, there is something like, whatever physical things happened to come to the symbolic structure that is captured inside the Bible, it's mapping a space, the symbolic space. So the questions you can begin asking, especially if you start off from a materialist point of view, is how good is this mapping out the symbolic, the space of heaven, the separation from the transcendental, the eternal versus the temporal? How well is it actually creating a picture of this environment that we live in, that Terrence Deacon, this neuroscientist, is saying that we adapted to, which is why our brains function different than monkeys, even though physically they're not fundamentally different outside of the way they connect themselves together. And so this is the question you need to be asked. So if you're interacting with the Bible or religious text, you're not asking. You don't start off by asking how well does it describe me throwing this at a wall. You're asking how well is this mapping out the eternal symbolic space, the environment that we've adapted to.
You just made me
And